Hi everybody, welcome back to DNA and Wealth Blueprint 2.0, and in Module 6 we're going to go over 100K webinars on autopilot. So with this particular case study, here's how I'm going to break it down for you, because a lot of people kind of miss this step and miss this market, and I don't know why. So targeting female entrepreneurs is a very highly lucrative niche market. A lot of marketers pass on them. I don't know why, because I think they think that female entrepreneurs don't spend money because it's really hard for them to start their businesses, and they're females. Most likely they're moms. They don't have that real male aggressive attitude, but they really do. So let me go over and show you exactly how this campaign did so well and why it did so well, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So when we're looking at the ad here, the first thing you want to look at is you want to look at the copy. So I made the copy here. I had a really good hook on this copy. So I made the hook so juicy that the prospect that I'm targeting, they had really no choice but to sign up. And I also removed all the fear of loss to them based on the copy, and as you see it here. So let's take a look at it. Successful female entrepreneurs are created, not born. So that in itself, that is a negative driver to get your prospect to get motivated and agitated. So I'm really using a really deep psychological hook, because female entrepreneurs, as everybody knows, um, the male genre, the male business-oriented industry has beaten them down for a very long time. So it has to break down into what they're thinking. And they're not born, they're created. So I'm really kind of doing a negative driver here. And I'm trying to get them agitated and get them motivated at the same time, because I want them to think, you know what? That's not true. Um, I was born to be an entrepreneur. Um, so if you understand that kind of the psychology of why I target them the way I did in the copy, you'll understand why I did so well. But you see the next part of the copy, and it's really important that you see this, because this is very important in direct response. Remember what I told you about direct response? It's about giving them a call to action, telling them exactly what to do and how to do it. So I in the copy there, I break it down in a list bullet form. So you'll see that in 1 and 2. So this is extremely powerful in ads, because it's about pre-qualifying and disqualifying at the same time. Now I'm targeting female entrepreneurs, and I'm basically explaining to them that female entrepreneurs are created, they're not born. But I'm also going down further into the copy, and I'm saying, look, I want to pre-qualify and I want to disqualify you, because if you're a guru, I don't want you on this call. Um, I don't want you to sign up. I don't want you in the process. I'm going after female startup entrepreneurs or female newbie entrepreneurs that know deep in their heart that they want to be successful, but they're not gurus. So in my copy, you see what I'm doing is I'm disqualifying them. So let's look at the next aspect of this ad and why it works so well. You always want to target small, so you're focusing in on your money market and know who your market is. Know your market is. So females love to buy. I targeted 24,000 in this campaign and targeted a major social media guru. So the age thing for me wasn't so important in this particular campaign because of the targeting size. So I wanted to be able to make sure that I reached a very large portion of my audience. And you'll see that in the targeting section. It's very important that you understand that. Now you'll see that my metrics, so 393 conversions, a buck 77 per conversion, not bad for the action that I wanted them to take. And I hit a good size of my audience, around 16,000. So I wanted to run this campaign optimized cost per impression. Now I know what you're thinking. My optimized cost per impression, $23. At the end of the day, I don't really care about that, because again, it's a very tight, small market. I've got a big reach on that particular market. I've hooked into who I want to hook into, and at the end of the day, the amount of money that I generated and in on this particular webinar was well worth it. So let's continue to move on. The third aspect you want to look at for this particular campaign, for the actual breakdown, is you want to make sure that you drive people to a video. In this particular market, driving them to a video is very important. And also, another thing is, if you want Facebook to take you seriously, you need to engage and educate. Let me rephrase that. You need to pre-engage and you need to pre-educate your audience. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a super high quality score and great content within your funnel. So again, when you're running video ads on Facebook, Facebook is going to be looking at your video ad before they approve it. They're going to be looking at, is this video ad, is this video engaging? Is this video educating? Is this video doing the things that we want it to do? Is it going to be a user experience for the end user? And if it is it congruent? See, the thing that people screw up when I see video ads and I see what they're running is they don't make it congruent. So if you look at the copy, you look at you look at the fan page, you look at the video, everything is going to be congruent. So it's a good, smooth funnel for everybody. Now, I'm targeting entrepreneurial women because it's a great niche and I can run on autopilot because you simply target all the well-known and influential women in small tight batches and have a great funnel to push your prospects through for all the women. So if you're looking at my ad right now, you see why it was so effective. I mean, I got 210 likes, 67 comments, 45 shares. That's powerful marketing in action. You see there by the red arrow, you're looking at my stats, or so you're looking at the social engagement. This is what Facebook loves, especially when you're running video ads, because this is going to not only boost your quality score. This is going to, when you start running video ads, you're going to get faster approval because you're running. Facebook understands that you know what you're doing. You're taking care of their end user. So this is very, very, very powerful. So let's conclude what happened on this actual case study here. So on this particular webinar, 283 people were registered. We used a very slick content follow-up series with great lead magnets because when we took them from the video ad, we gave them some really good content within inside of 4 minutes, drove them back to a really good content landing page that had a great lead magnet put into place. And that lead magnet was a trigger to get them onto the webinar because we had a great email content follow-up series. So with that, out of the 283 women that were registered, 230 attended the webinar. They showed up. 192 stayed all the way to the end of the offer. 33% of those people, of the women, sorry, which is roughly around 63, stayed to the very end. They bought a $1,500 Facebook ads coaching session, which equated to around $94,000. So let's take a look at that. The webinar was a strong call to action. There was a $1,500 Facebook ads coaching session for women. It was a Facebook package for women, exclusively Facebook entrepreneurs to help them to start to build their businesses using social media and corporate. So the ad spend for that was roughly around $3,000. The income generated was $94,000. So you can see the ROI was sick on this campaign. So the question that you're asking me now is, I don't care if I spend $23 per optimized cost per impression. I could care less about that. I mean, look at the ROI. Look at the numbers that were come back. Now, the killer part to this funnel is set up and can be run twice a month on autopilot. So you're looking at a cool, just under, you're looking, if you want to run this campaign twice a month, you're looking at multiple six-figure a month. If you want to run it once a month, you're looking at a six-figure a month right there, close to a six-figure a month, and whenever you want. So all this really does is it takes a little bit of tweaks, a little bit of tweak here and there, because you want to actually not target the same group of people, but like you want to do what I told you to do. You want to start to target all the major influential social media entrepreneurial guru females out there and target their list. If their lists aren't big enough, then you really want to merge two lists. Don't merge more than 3 or 4 lists because then it's going to be hard for you to kind of tap into that particular interest. So you want to just target 1 or 2 at max. So the last thing that I want to say is because there are a couple of people out there that I might get their panties up in a bunch And I know there's a couple people that are probably doing group buys and they want to make waves to Facebook. Look, there's been some competitive data here that I gotta blur out. Obviously, the fan page gotta be blurred out. You see what the fan page name is, but it's unpublished at the moment, so you don't have to worry about that. So the bottom line is, I'm really here to help you. But I learned a lot from the last course that I released. There were a few dicks, and there were a few people that complained. So I have to really kind of watch what I show you, but I'm showing you methodologies, I'm showing you case studies that work and that can work again and that can replicate. Part of the reason why you're part of DNA Wealth Blueprint 2.0 is we're going to be able to, I'm going to be able to help you out because I'm going to be in the forum every day anyway. So I'm going to be able to show you some stuff, work with you on some strategies to help you get to that point where if you want to run webinars on autopilot, it's very effective to run webinars on autopilot. Listen, this is not a complicated business model. Running webinars, I run webinars all the time with my business partner, and we crush it. So webinars are not a big deal. What part of the process is people don't get aggressive on their webinars through the follow-up series. They get people to be subscribed, and then after that, they leave them, or they don't market to them. They don't keep in constant contact with them leading up to the webinar. You've got to be able to have a tight content, a pre-content series set up in your email. And the email has to be strategic. You have to be able to make sure that you engage with everyone on your email and as you're filtering them out. So that's what you really want to do. So if you're wondering how this actually worked, I'll let you know right now. So page post engagement was used for the most part. You want to really build out good fan pages with engagement. Also, you can use page post engagement plus putting a link inside of the ad itself to drive traffic, and you want to build a list from that as well. So I use images in a way. Also, the next thing that you want to do is the images that you use. If you want to get past Facebook reviewer, there's a couple different little ninja things that you can do, and I've seen this being done after I've explained it to a couple of members in DNA Wealth Blueprint. I've seen a few other people start using it. You can actually use images in a way that they're blurred out, excuse me, or a portion of them are blurred out. You never want to show uh, before or after results. If you're in the fitness industry, you don't want to show before and after results. What you want to do is you want to show half of the image and the other half of the image is blurred out. That will get you approved. Or you want to show cartoon results with toned down copy, and then you got something there. So I kind of went off track for a second there, but based on the module here, you see the image that we used in the video. It's very appealing. Um, it makes sense. So I kind of wanted to talk to you about images if you're using them in your ads, how to really kind of bypass some of the filters, and that's kind of how you do it. Because I see a lot of people actually doing it now is they're blurring out some of the images in their ad to make it more a curiosity factor to get a higher click-through rate, which it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You really want to make sure that you focus on the marketing, focus on attracting the right lead, and you're pre-qualifying that lead first. So with that being said, uh, uh, I want to thank you for listening to this module, Module 6. In Module 7, we're going to go over one of the hardest niches to get on Facebook, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Now, here's the huge caveat to this. I'm actually going to explain it in the next module. So, with that being said, this is Module 6, 100K Webinars on Autopilot. Please watch the video again so that you go through the whole entire process. I kind of had a little bit of a brain fart at the end there when I was talking about images. At the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to make sure your images, especially when you're doing this kind of stuff, you want to really, there's a couple different ways to do your images. And if you're, like I said, if you're in the fitness market, I kind of went a little bit fast on over my head. But if you want to get before and after images approved on Facebook when you're in the fitness market, when you want to do supplements or you want to do diet or you want to do health, you kind of want to do, you want to blur out the before and the after image pics, okay? Or you want to show half results, or you want to show a cartoon result. That'll help you out quite a bit. So that being said, I'm going to see you in Module 7. Take care, everybody.